Life in 1970s America, How Families, Culture, and Entertainment Changed a Nation. The 1970s was a decade of transformation for the American family. While the traditional image of a household with a working father, a stay-at-home mother, and several children still existed, that model was beginning to shift. The role of women in society was rapidly evolving. More and more women were entering the workforce, breaking out of the limited career options of the past. No longer confined to teaching, nursing, or secretarial work, women in the 70s increasingly pursued higher education and entered professions like law, medicine, and business. This marked the beginning of a new chapter in American home life. As women joined the labor force in greater numbers, the typical American household began to adopt labor-saving devices to ease the burden of daily chores. Crockpots, dishwashers, and most notably the microwave oven became common features in middle-class kitchens. Although microwaves had been around since the 1950s, they became practical and affordable in the 1970s, often costing just over $250. These appliances helped families save time as both parents became busier outside the home. Of course, life in the 1970s wasn't just about changing roles, it was also about rising costs. In 1970, a new home cost around $23,400, but by the end of the decade, that figure had soared to $58,500. Gasoline prices more than doubled from 36 cents to 86 cents per gallon. Even basic groceries felt the impact. Eggs rose from 25 cents to 80 cents per dozen. While the average yearly income climbed from $9,350 in 1970 to $17,550 in 1979, wages didn't always keep pace with inflation, and income inequality remained a challenge. A doctor might earn $50,000 a year in 1975, while a teacher made closer to $12,000. Despite federal laws mandating equal pay, many women were still paid less than men for the same work. Still, the 1970s were not all about economic challenges. It was also a time when leisure and entertainment became central to American life. With air travel becoming more affordable, families were able to vacation in far-off destinations without the burden of long road trips. A visit to Disney World, which opened in Florida in 1971, became a dream getaway for many. But for those staying home, there was plenty of entertainment on the television. TV had become the centerpiece of American evenings. Families gathered to watch shows like All in the Family, MASH, Sanford and Son, Happy Days, and The Mary Tyler Moore Show. In 1976, the miniseries Roots captured the nation's attention, with over 130 million viewers tuning in for the finale. The series earned 37 Emmy nominations and won 9, cementing its place in pop culture history. Music in the 1970s was just as diverse and influential. Whether it was the mellow sounds of soft rock icons like the Eagles, Elton John, and Billy Joel, or the power of hard rock from Led Zeppelin, Queen, and Kiss, there was something for every taste. And of course, no mention of the 70s would be complete without disco. With its thumping beats and dance floor anthems from stars like Donna Summer and the Bee Gees, disco became a national craze. 8-track tapes gave music lovers a new way to enjoy their favorite songs on the go. Movie theaters also flourished during this decade. Gritty films like Taxi Driver, The French Connection, and Chinatown explored the darker side of urban life, while blockbusters like Jaws, Superman, and Star Wars redefined cinematic spectacle. When Star Wars was released in 1977, it became an instant phenomenon, grossing over $300 million by the end of the year, making it the highest-grossing film of its time. Meanwhile, teenagers in the 1970s discovered a new form of entertainment: video games. In 1972, Atari released Pong, a digital version of ping pong that quickly became a hit. By 1975, families could buy home versions of the game, and by 1978, titles like Space Invaders were driving teens into arcades in record numbers. That single game alone went on to earn over $2 billion, helping launch the gaming revolution that would shape future for decades. Fashion in the 1970s also reflected the spirit of change. Women increasingly chose pants over skirts, and full-length maxi skirts became popular. Men embraced wide-collar shirts and leisure suits, often made from the synthetic fabric polyester, which was used for everything from slacks to shirts to suits. Both men and women favored tight, form-fitting clothing in bold colors and patterns, a distinct departure from the styles of earlier decades. Of course, not every American family experienced the 1970s in the same way. The decade was filled with different stories, shaped by background, geography, and opportunity. But whether through new technologies, evolving social roles, unforgettable music, or iconic films, the 1970s left a mark on American life that continues to resonate today.